After last week, after the last couple of videos, I think it's normal for us to look at some of our favorite groups and maybe wonder if the relationships we're seeing are as solid as they seem. You know, personally, the interaction between members is one of my favorite parts of being a fan. And I know this is the entertainment industry, but that's why it's comforting to know that these artists are able to rely, trust, and lean on each other in a business where there's not many people you can trust. And despite the reality check we got recently, I think we've seen a lot of evidence since then that some of the love we see is actually real. The Girls' Day members reuniting to celebrate their 10th anniversary, and because they're not currently active as a group and we've seen them get together outside of just special milestones, I think this sisterhood we see is genuine. There's no immediate financial incentive for them to do this. Also, as one of the early groups that got me into K-pop, it was kind of surreal to see 2AM celebrating their 12th anniversary. How about Jiyoung's dad, after watching his daughter and her fellow Kara members grow and succeed together, deciding to testify for Hara's brother in her honor? That's amazing and shows us the love within Kara was not only real but extended well beyond just the members and into each other's families, where they're now literally willing to fight for each other. How about seeing Jennie running to give SEULGI and Irene a hug on stage, or Yeri popping into Jennie's livestream, Chungha and Huyeon supporting each other backstage, going back to their Produce 101 days, Jisoo with Cosmic Girls Bona, SEULGI, all this intermingling between friends that don't seem to be scripted or forced for the purpose of publicity, unless you do think, which I don't see in these cases, that it's just to get people talking, which a lot of the speculation behind Irene and SEULGI's music video delay revolved around it being a marketing strategy because SM seems to have done this so many times. But now a new theory seems to be a cut above the rest. Cut. Because it has to do with a knife, you see. Okay, anyway. So Monster was already rated 15 for its more mature themes, but apparently the reason it came out 18 hours after it was supposed to was maybe because of the knife, or what was going to be done with it. Some scenes we saw in the teaser alluded to it, but was missing from the final music video, and one scene in particular seems like it cropped out the bottom of the frame where Irene looks like she's about to use it. And if you know Red Velvet music videos, you know a lot of times they depict a lot of these kinds of things. But if you pay attention, we never really see the act being done through some very sharp editing. Sharp. Again, we still don't know if this is the case because SM hasn't confirmed anything. Fans are now wanting an uncensored version just like Nature did with their Girls music video. Luckily, it was just the music video that was delayed and not the entire comeback. Again, though I do wonder if the first delay announcement had anything to do with Irene's back treatments, because while they told us it was to improve the album's quality, Irene revealed that while practicing this particular move, she strained her body to the point where she had to get spinal care along with her neck and waist. I don't know if it was more of a chiropractic treatment or if it was the same injection treatments that Monsta X's Shonu had to get. Even though that's one of my favorite parts of the choreo, it's not worth Irene's back. It seems like everyone is getting injured during practice these days. Taemin's first comeback in 17 months is being delayed because he fractured his wrist during practice. It was kind of sad seeing him go on the Listen app asking fans if they're angry and apologizing. Oh My Girl's JIHO was announced to be taking a step back due to her physical injury, and she just returned from a previous hiatus. That's why for those who waste their time making lazy dance accusations, better take a stab at a new hobby. A stab. Luckily, when Lisa put out her recent dance cover, she didn't get any of that lazy nonsense, but she did start getting a little bit of backlash for what she was wearing, particularly on her head. Some people, I don't know if these were actually concerned fans, haters, or just people who stumbled across the trending video, started claiming that she was wearing a do-rag, which was appropriating Black culture. What they didn't know was that Anthony King, the man behind the camera, actually came out to defend her, saying, first of all, that's not a do-rag. If you think it is, you've probably never seen one. He also made the point that if it was one, as a black man, he would have said something. So please enjoy the video and spread positivity. Because he came out so quickly with it and was part of the production, there doesn't seem to be much of a debate going on since, but there was another debate going on in the K-pop world at the same time. things have been going pretty well for the boys lately, especially after placing first on Road to Kingdom. Well, the other day, the members shared a photo of them on a summer beach trip, and one of the photos sparked a whole discussion online on whether or not member Sunwoo was smoking. The picture is pretty blurry and grainy, it's taken at night against a dark backdrop, but some people believe that the light in his hand looks like a lit cigarette. Beyond just the smoking itself, the concern is also that it's illegal to smoke on this public beach. Now, there were also those who didn't think it was a cigarette, bringing up points like, why is there no smoke coming out of it? If it's against a dark backdrop and with the direction of the flash, we should probably see some smoke coming out, right? Another thing is that why is it bright orange if he's not actively smoking it? And why would he pull his mask up and down just to do this? Some arguing that it's the reflection of a phone or phone case. Well, pretty soon after, Sunwoo and his label came out to apologize. He said they went to the beach as a vacation after the competition, but that he broke the regulations while in a public place. He says he feels ashamed, has no excuses, and apologized to those who trusted him. People are pointing out that neither him nor the company explicitly said he was smoking, while others believed it was implied, so the debate is still kind of going on. For those who do think so, are disappointed about the smoking itself and are worried about his health, while others say the only thing he did wrong was do it in a public area and that he's an adult and makes his own health choices. What's scary is when something affects your health and it's not necessarily because of a choice you made. That's what Mamamoo fans are afraid of and trying to fight back against. The constant barrage of hate and negativity, especially on Twitter, that could one day get to their mental health. I mean, just read the things on the screen and tell me that anyone deserves this. They'll go as far as hacking into Mamamoo's YouTube channel and changing the titles and descriptions to the worst things. It's crazy because I bet these same people look at Jimin as a monster, yet turn around and wish these terrible, terrible things on other human beings. But to them, it's okay. Why? Because they're famous, because they don't know them personally, because they don't like their music. I'm not exactly sure why Mamamoo seems to be the target of such maliciousness, but the sheer amount of times they have addressed this personally is super alarming. And that's why I think it's so important that the relationship between these girls and even outside of the group is crucial. For them to have support from those who are going through the same things. But why not just pay attention to the artists that you do like and just not bother with the ones you don't like? Very simple. And while steps are being taken to reduce the amount of negativity spread online over there, Twitter is a whole different breeding ground for negativity. Maybe we need to just find a way to cut these people off of the internet completely. And no, that wasn't an intentional knife pun. I'm not that clever.
Thank you. Peace.